don't, like, dismiss the ground as if it could never happen, won't happen, you know, it's like the I tell people, you may not be, I paraphrase that famous quote, you may not be interested in the ground, but the ground may be interested in you. Honestly, when MMA first became popular, the only thing that I studied was guard work, in other words, being on my back. Because I didn't want to like learn how to like, you know, take somebody down, get on top of them, and submit them from like the mount or the side mount. Because I'm a striker. I don't want to take you down. I want to stand up and knock you unconscious. But I figured, well, if I get taken down, I'm going to be fighting off of my back. And also, I mean, if you have done real Chinese martial arts, you've done stuff where you're on the ground and somebody's standing over you, which is a very realistic self-defense situation. So, first things first, get used to being on your butt. Now, obviously, we know that square has balance. Now, if I'm sitting up, that's okay, but you're not going to really set for much of a fight, but I'll sitting up a little bit. If you go backwards, you want to have your feet up, right? So, I get used to going, yeah, just like we're toddlers back in school, right? See what I'm doing? Roll back. I can roll up. Roll back. I can roll up. And again, I'm staying, I don't want to do this. You can feel it. As soon as you do this, right? Everybody do this for a second. Do you feel like you can move around? No. No, here, right? Okay? You can push back. Again, my legs are up, right? I can bicycle. Now, come up. Go to one side. And look. This is what we call posted, meaning that you can put weight on this, like a supporting, pillar, right? This one's in it. I can be on my elbow, which is my post, to keep me, like my head from falling in, or I can post on my hand. I go back. If I go to the other side, again, I have my elbow, my foot, or I can do my hand. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to be slightly facetious, but now you've learned everything you ever need to learn about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Here, obviously, like it looks like you might be able to punch me or kick me. So more likely I'm going to be like here, or if he comes all the way in, here. Okay? Or I'm going to be here. And I may not post, because I may have to have this like up defending, which is more reason why this is going to be pulled in a little bit. Right? Or I'm going to be here. And notice, I can be posted on my elbow, or I can be posted on my head. Okay? We understand what I'm doing so far? Now, the one thing I don't want to do here, I'm going to go my comfortable center, is round kicks. Because I can kick you and you can still run forward. Exactly. Right, in other words, I go to kick you and just go forward. Because it's a curve, right? Which is faster, a straight line or a curve? Straight line, okay. Because it's pushing. So, I have side kick. Now can you go forward? No. Okay. If you've done Chinese martial arts, you have what we call cross kick or a jog play, right? Can you go forward? No. Right? You can have this thing called a hook, because I can. And if I do a hook and a side kick, ooh. So, and if he comes toward me from here, I have what they call, in Jiu-Jitsu they call them up kicks, but they're just front kicks. Right? So, square, I have front kicks. On my side, I have side kicks, inverse side kicks, I have hook and side kick. Later I'll also show you something where like you come around and hook, but we're not going to get there yet. Okay? How many positions do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Picnic in the park and somebody comes up and kicks sand in my face. Right, and if I have to go back, this makes sense, right? Here, not here. This is not what I showed you. There's nowhere I can go from here. If he moves quickly in any direction, exactly, there's nothing I can do here. Here. Right? Or here. The only thing is when I'm on the side, you're going to feel it, right? There's a point to your hip. May I see that swivel? Unless I'm doing this on the street, it's wonderful, but as opposed to having somebody stomp on your head with cowboy boots. So the next thing to do is to learn how, when he goes in a circle, keep him in front of you. Now you say I can do that on my elbow. I can certainly do that on my hand. Right? And if I have to, okay, he goes that way. See what I'm doing? So he never gets behind me, right? But again, if I'm here, forget all that. Oh. And I guarantee you the number one thing he's going to do from this position is try to kick. Why have my legs up? Well, one, to keep him away, but let's say you do round kicks, or try to stomp me. All right? Try to stomp on me. Hard, right? Yeah. So where my legs are. See what I'm doing? Then, like I said, you have to, then you have these hooks. Suddenly, and if I start kicking him, yeah, suddenly he doesn't like me anymore, right? A minute ago, he wanted to be my date and jump on top of me. This is what you're going to play next, okay? But remember, posting. Posting or posting. Posting or posting. This is also, by the way, exactly what I do in my self-defense programs and my self-defense seminars. And it's exactly what I do with my MMA fighters. There's no difference, right? MMA fight, what's going to happen? Guy's going to try to take you down and punch you in the face. So what do you need to learn to do? Keep him away. And also, this is the doorway to getting back up on your feet. I'll show you in a minute. If you're a woman and somebody throws you down on the ground, what do you want to do? Keep them away, and if possible, get back on your feet. It's no difference. Everybody talks about, well, martial arts are for real fights. What the hell does that even mean? I have a student, you've met John, you guys know John, right? Yeah. He's fought pro MMA. Ask him if he thought that any of those pro MMA fights with those giant steroided beasts were not real fights. I think it's worse, right? Because that guy has been training to beat you up. And he's trained in technique. The guy that jumps you on the street is like, this guy made a weight cut. He has a conditioning trainer, he has a striking trainer, he has a jiu-jitsu trainer. There's nothing nice about a pro MMA fight. It is basically as close as you're going to get to a full-out assault that you're ever going to get, other than if somebody breaks into your house and assaults you. And since we're not going to recreate that, right? I'm not going to hire somebody to break into your house tomorrow night and assault you. That's one of the reasons MMA is good for self-defense. All right, do this drill.